Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teachers of truth and sincerity. And a shout out to Yakim and Yahweh. Brakat the Yahweh, Brakat the Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash, Brakatum. So, anyhow, been suspended from this channel for about a whole week. And so I had to upload everything onto the secondary channel. And of course, I'm not sure if anybody had caught my Daily Motion backup channel, but I tried to, leave links to that. I also have two Israelite foreigner writing channels, which I highly recommend subscribing to in case this should happen again. As we know, it'll happen again because, of course, we're coming against Amalek, against Esau and all the bullshit, because yesterday they been staging events, to blame Iran, to attack Iran, but they blocked that out by covering you bullshit stories about a shooting, there was a synagogue shooting over the weekend, which is horse shit. Then coverage of the other so-called stabbing attack, saying that he was affiliated with us, but they like to use the word black Hebrew Israelite or black extremist, which, again, there are several like me who are Israelite foreigners in many camps among Great Millstone. But nonetheless, though, that's Amalek, coming at us full throttle. So they're out of the woods. They're coming at us because, of course, we've shined a light to them. And we've said, hey, we're the real Israelites and they're the fake ones, And all these other groups always knew that, That's why, again, you hear the term Zionist Jew, Kikes, which is short for Amalekites. You've heard all these terms before. So they know that they're not the real Jews as well. I mean, you just get right down to it. Adolf Hitler knew that they weren't because, of course, Adolf Hitler was really a Rothschild himself. And he said that they were bastards, And he didn't even claim to be Ashkenazi Jew. He knew that he was pretty much that they were imposters, a.k.a. converts, because that's what they did during former captivities, is they would pretend, back during the Khazarian Empire. Yeah, that's another term for them, Khazarians, which, the whole cabal is made up with them, They all, there's just so many terms for them. The New World Order, the Illuminati, the Rothschilds. Everybody knows who the Rothschild banking family is, and those joined unto it. So it's been a controversy, and we know that as of December 10th that things were going to change on YouTube, their policies and all that. So now and again, this has happened to Apostle Tahar as well. He's still putting up videos under his second channel, GMS Doc YouTube, So it's happening to us, We are slowly but surely getting taken off of YouTube. And so, again, going to greatmillstone.info. And in this meantime, of course, as you can see, I've been living out of the storage and couch surfing, where the internet's not so great where I'm at. But did I allow that to become an excuse to not do these? Or did I still do everything I could to get a video out there, to do my 2 or 3 videos a week, to do all that? I don't know. I know that being a prophet, that's a lot more than just doing videos, that, you have to put it into practice. You have to make daily sacrifices. There's a lot you got to put into this. It's, we're not just followers in name only, unlike Christianity, which, they just say everything in Jesus' name only. But, you catch them, they're the most hypocritical fucking people, But we're not compared to them, though. No, the Most High knows who's on fire and who isn't. And that's why a lot of spewing out has happened. So, getting right down to it, though, we know Elon Musk wants to start putting the brain chip in people, that this has been a plan of theirs. And we know that the mark of the beast will be mandatory very shortly here, because we see the moves against Iran. At least the flock Amalek join everybody into this war. So the United States, the whore, has attacked both Iraq and Syria with airstrikes and threatens to do more. Trump already tweeted that he's going to expect more. So they should expect everything, you know. Well, that's just it. Everybody's being drawn in. And of course, Russia, who's been a god unto them, Magog, is there. And then you got Gomer and all his bands there. And you're starting to find out that he wants to send, quote unquote, Syrian backed rebels into Libya. Oh, Libya with all of them? Is that not some of the words in the prophecy? So you can see Gomer and all his bands are, messing with Libya as well. Sponsoring terrorist groups. Because pretty much it's ISIS, just like how they took down Gaddafi, and that it wasn't Gaddafi's people, it was Al Qaeda. That's what they called it then. But they were the terrorists sponsored. And where do you think they came from? Gomer and all his bands, not just Saudi Arabia, Gomer and all his bands. All these places are joined together because hooks have been put into thy jaws. And that's why they're buying the S-400 systems, because they know America is about to come against them too. They have already come against Iraq, but Iraq doesn't have any of those yet. And Syria is just now getting in the S-300s and S-400s. So, and we know that Persia, all of them, have had these back systems. It's just a matter of time. And you're not being told, but there's a retail apocalypse going on. We thought this year was pretty bad, but this reaching its end. Pretty much tomorrow will be a new year. They love to do the fiscal year thing, and they are going to announce more store closings for 2020. And this last year, Shopko and Payless alone, that took out everything. And Hometown Buffet closing shop and not even giving the people notices. They just shut down here in Reading. They didn't even give anybody a warning. It was just closed. Yep, collect your last paycheck. And it was only there for another day or two. A lot of people got screwed on that. So there's less and less jobs. And of course, the best way to roll out that chip is to test it on the weak, who are the homeless. People that have nothing, are desperate for Esau's help, want a food bank. And the only way to do that is to buy into the chip. And they've been chipping people in them shelters. That's why they cause all these things. And then you just got more manipulation of the media. Of course. Because we know Amalek runs the media. They've been running the media. And a lot of people are going to drive crazy tonight. And they're going to get drunk and everything. And you being an Israelite, you're not to get involved in all that folly. And, sometimes you can't control where you live. I mean, obviously, I don't get my place until the 2nd. So I'm obviously going to be with those that don't believe. And they might be. But remember, they are celebrating. You're not. So it doesn't mean that if you're on the couch, you can't really go anywhere. So they might be doing that bullshit, setting poppers off or whatever. But remember, they're involved in that bullshit. You just sort of keep to yourself if you're in a situation like I am. But just remember, they're celebrating it. You're not, Don't be consumed by the things that they're doing, There is a balance to this whole thing. Sometimes you don't have control over the circumstances. There's other brothers like me that just never were able to leave their family, never able to get out of the place, but still find a way to do this, Still able to make videos, put videos up, do 2 or 3 a week, and try to get to the nearest camp. So, and we know that not everybody's in Great Millstone that's part of the elect. Because, no, there's not 144,000 in Great Millstone. So we know that they're out there. But we also know that pretty much the elect have been sealed. That's why we're starting to see all these other things fall into place. I mean, we're seeing it. Ezekiel 38 right before our eyes. We're seeing Isaiah 17 right before our eyes. We're seeing Jeremiah 49, 50, and 51 right before our eyes. We're seeing the king of Babylon come to his end. Shit, the so-called leader, king of Babylon, Trump, if you look at him as leader, of course, it's just a king's pen, He's not really the leader, but nonetheless, though, he was just impeached. So you can see the whole thing crumbling down. And we're living to see the downfall of our enemy. So we can't wait for Babylon to be destroyed. And like everything else, though, the fact that we're going out there, we're proclaiming our heritage, now the devil's come down having great wrath. So persecution, this is just the beginning of it. You know, we're going to be facing a lot more trials. And like everything else, though, we just hope that we've been filled up enough with Ruach HaKadosh until that time. For that, I want to say, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Bashem Ruach HaKadosh, Wa Abba Babal. Brakatham, the hopeful elect. Shalom.